and leaves around. So, I said to move the bonfire somewhere else, and out of nowhere, Smokey Bear shows up and hugs me.
So you noticed some wildfire hazards and moved your bonfire to a safer location.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Smokey, all right. He likes it when people help prevent wildfires. It hits him close to home. Not everybody gets the hug, my friend. So that's pretty special to get a hug from Smokey Bear.
So it was him. Guys, I told you it was Smokey.
Okay, well, congratulations, my friend. And thanks for calling. There are many ways to prevent a wildfire. Learn how you can do your part at smokeybear.com.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Sponsored by the U.S. Forest Service, Ad Council, and your state forester.
Hope you enjoyed your meal. And I just want to say, he's lucky to have a brother like you.
Lucky? Caring for my brother is far from easy. Waking up every day, lifting him from the bed to the wheelchair to the car to get him to therapy on time, it's no small task between the doctors and the diagnosis, but nothing can disable this love. This is my big brother, my hero. He's part of me, like my arms and legs, so I'll be his. See, there's no time for tired. This starts again tomorrow. He'll be waiting for me. I wake up for him. I know he needs me, but I'm the lucky one, even though I need help now and then.
If you're caring for a loved one, visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community, or call 877-333-5885. Caregiving Resource Center. Support for your strength. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
People been saying to your friend, get a different face, and posting on their feed, they're super ugly. The things they say to them online are cruel and they're not true. So tell your friend, I'll stand up for you. Don't worry, I know what to do. Tell the world I see with an emoji to stop the bullies.
Know someone who's being bullied online? Send the witness emoji. It looks like an eye in a speech bubble, and it's in the symbol section near the clocks in your phone. You'll let the world know it isn't cool, and you'll let your friend know you care. Learn more about the witness emoji at eyewitnessbullying.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
It may be hard to believe, but people just like you are already saving money. FeedThePig.org makes it easy. Their simple savings plan teaches you how to start saving without going overboard. So you don't need to mooch off your friends.
You gonna finish that grape?
You mean the one in my mouth?
You don't need to stop buying the necessities.
What you're smelling is a natural musk.
Ew.
You don't need to be a medical test subject.
How do you feel?
Mostly okay. Sometimes, though.
You don't need to get a second job as a stuntman.
We need a new stuntman. Let's break for lunch.
You just need an internet connection. Don't get left behind. Start your personal savings plan with the tips and tools on feedthepig.org. That way, you don't need to sell your soul to the devil.
$15 is the best I can do.
All right, deal.
Brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
When is the best time to talk to your family about staying in touch during a disaster? When floodwaters reach your door? When wildfires are engulfing the edge of your neighborhood? Or an earthquake is destroying buildings? When a tornado is tearing through town? Or a hurricane strikes? Or is the best time perhaps today? During a disaster, you may not be able to stay in touch with your family or friends as easily as you think. And it's not always as simple as using your cell phone. That's why now is the time to take action. Go to ready.gov/communicate and make your emergency plan today. Don't wait. Communicate. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Hi, this is Terry Crews, actor, former football player, game show host, father of 5, and all-around big dude. I'm also an expert on drama. I know all kinds of drama. There's the good kind that comes with having a house full of kids. There's the bad kind like season-ending injuries. There's the necessary kind like having an agent in Hollywood. And there's silly drama like the drama around my percolating pectorals. And then there's the drama you can skip.
Skip the drama that comes with not having your high school diploma or equivalency. Find free adult education classes near you and finish your high school diploma. Visit finishyourdiploma.org.
Or text diploma to 97779. Message and data rates may apply. Reply stop to opt out. That's diploma to 97779. And leave the drama to actors like me.
Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Adopt US Kids presents Multiple Choice Parenting.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes?
How could he do this to you? And for Sheila, she has split ends.
B, console her?
Oh, sweetie, this is going to happen a lot. 4, maybe 5 more times before you get married.
C, take charge?
Got to get this all straightened out. Give a little talking to, man, mano a mano. Hey, Steve! It's now a good time? No? Okay, no problem. Bye.
Or D, help her find a new boyfriend?
I know a great place to meet boys. The internet. Nice, single boys. Never mind. How about some ice cream?
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
This is you over 30 years ago.
Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
And this is your mom when you drive her back from therapy.
Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
Roles change without us noticing, and in your new role, we help you help. AARP gives you the information to help care for your mom so that you can have patience with her, just like she did with you. Visit aarp.org/caregiving or call 1-877-333-5885 to get practical health and wellness tips to provide even better care for your loved one.
Are we there yet?
Remember, visit aarp.org/caregiving. AARP, we help you help. A public service announcement brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
When I was little, I didn't talk for a long time. I liked things to always be the same. Anything new or different would scare and upset me. I was very sensitive to lights and sounds. It was almost like I had bigger eyes and ears than everyone else. So I built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. I didn't like looking people in the eye. It made me feel uncomfortable. I'd throw big tantrums over little things like when my socks didn't match. Sometimes I'd do the same things over and over. Until one day, I found out I had autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I learned how to live with it better.
You can see signs of autism in children as young as 18 months. Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
It's Thursday night, and you're grabbing drinks with some friends. Started off with a pitcher for the table, which quickly becomes 2. There's pool. And there's the photo booth.
All right, everybody squeeze in. Say cheese.
Followed naturally by an order of wings. And another.
Can we get some extra ranch sauce?
Then there's the ceremonial nightcap.
So what are we doing this weekend?
And lastly, it's back to the car, which, if you're buzzed, could be the most expensive night of your life. Getting pulled over for buzzed driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzzed driving, because buzzed driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
It's the Worldwide Sports Radio Network. Because that's the bottom line. Because Stone Cold Simpson.
Everybody dies.
Because I'm better than you, and you know it.
Woo!
Yes, man! What the Rock is cooking. Now, welcome to Off the Mat with Alex Lowe's, Josh Silverberg, and Lyle Gillen.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are here. It is.
We are?
It is a Friday. That's
Friday!
And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a shorter edition of the only wrestling talk show here on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network and on bodyslam.net. Welcome to Off the Mat. I'm your host, Josh Silverberg. Of course, me and my co-host at this time, Mr. Lyle Gillen. How you doing, sir?
I am wonderful. Now, I might be the co-host of the show, but truly, I am the main event player. I am the star. I am the prize of Off the Mat.
Okay, so, literally what he just posted was literally as mythical as could possibly be, but that's besides the point. You could tune into our show every single Friday along with other programs as well here on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network. What you do is you download our app. It is completely free. If you have an Apple, if you have an iPhone, you go to the Apple Store. If you have an Android, you go to the Google Play Store. iPhone, type in WSRN. Android, you type in Worldwide Sports. Click it. It's all free. You get our show schedule, articles, different content. You also have Weapons Hot. You have the Sports Loudmouths. Other great shows like The Wise Guys, The Ryan Hickey Show. All those different shows that are on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network. We are on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Periscope, and Twitch, and on worldwidesportsradio.com. Don't forget to check us out also on one of the best wrestling inside source websites out there, bodyslam.net. Check them out as well with all their great programming that they have on YouTube and everything of that as well. It's been a great relationship with them so far and everything like that. Also, really quick, this was a great idea, first off, by Lyle. I absolutely love the idea that he brought this up, and I think it was a wonderful idea to do this. As you can see down below on our ticker, usually we have our Twitter page and everything like that. For the show, we are going to have stuff where you can donate for abortion rights, because abortion rights are human rights as well. Lyle, if you wanted talk about the website a little bit and everything like that, and what made you think of doing this great idea?
Well, today, unfortunately, a very, very, very sad decision by the Supreme Court. And what Bridget Alliance does is they help fund and the travel cost for women who are in states where they have to travel thousands of miles in order to go and get an abortion and can't afford it, and that's what they do. And with Roe v. Wade being overturned, many states are banning abortion in their state. So charities like Bridget Alliance are very important to help get women safe abortions, because they are not banning abortion where it's not going to stop. They are banning safe abortion. Women are still going to do it, but they're going to do it in a dangerous way, and that's why it's important to try and get it done in a safe way where they can go to a legal state and have it done where they're not going to harm themselves.
What my thought process is, and this is not a political show.
This isn't a political topic; it's a human rights topic.
But to me, this country is upside down. When you're taking the rights of a woman's rights away, that's a problem. And I don't care if anybody has a different opinion on it. They don't like it too freaking bad. I thought the decision today was absolutely despicable, ridiculous, and honestly disturbing. And you know how they say, the saying goes, "My body, my choice." Clearly that wasn't stated in the hearing today and the decision making today. And I love everybody makes the joke, oh, well, people can hand out, they could just use a condom and they avoid the pregnancy that way. And then my rebuttal back to them is, oh, I'm sorry. When somebody gets sexually assaulted, I don't think they have the option to decide if a condom is being used or not. Use your common sense and knowledge. Glenn Jacobs is a prime example. Is an example of a doofus, and Britt Baker had the best rebuttal in saying, "No wonder why you didn't work as a dentist, you idiot." Yeah, that sounds about right, because Glenn Jacobs is a freaking schmuck, and I don't care less if he ever comes on this show or not. I don't care. He's
if anybody in the medical field is happy about today's decision, they should have their license taken away.
100%.
They should be 100% aware that this is not going to stop women from getting an abortion. This is going to stop them from doing it in a safe way.
Exactly.
And that's the problem. So if you're in a medical field and you're happy about this, you should just lose your license, because it's not right. And that counts for anybody. I don't care if I know you and you're a friend of mine. If you support this and you're in a medical field, you should definitely be having your license taken away.
Oh, yeah.
Or just be fired. If you don't have a license, you should still be fired.
I mean, listen, I look at it in this perspective. I'm, in one of my fantasy leagues, I had a guy who is disturbingly supportive of this, and said, they could just give out condoms instead of the companies paying for them to travel. And I wrote back to him, well, when somebody gets raped, it's not that simple. Yeah. And he never responded back, which leads me to believe that clearly you didn't think that through, and nor did you expect me, because I'm very quiet in that chat, to say something. And when that happens, it's really remarkable that this decision was made today. Again, the country is completely...
And the day after, where they increase gun rights. So now, they just said that states can't have a say in how some of the gun rights work, but, a constitutional right like abortion, they just... it's just ass backwards,
I mean, really, it was after the shooting happened in Texas. Melissa went to a concert, and there was a guy wearing a pro-gun T-shirt the day after, and it was literally like, I said to Melissa when she got home and told me, I said, "Well, clearly that guy was not reading the room, because that was a really stupid decision to be making, to wear something so idiotic like that the day after."
He knew what he was doing. He knew what he was doing.
No, that's the problem. And that's the
These
problem.
people don't care about what the mass shootings.
They care about themselves and nobody else. That's all they care about. They want their guns. They don't give a crap. But again, first off, shout out to Roxana Charlie Ashley Bella, who, by the way, has wrote a few things. She said, one thing, I love y'all show for all my sport news. Love it. Fantastic. That's great. She asked a very interesting question. She says, what do y'all think of the new AEW title not having a USA-born person in the tournament when it has a USA flag on the title? Is there a reason for that? And that's a very good question, I think. I think it's a great question.
When I think of the title, it's more of a title for I think it's for... I didn't really have it on there. That's a good catch. But when I first
didn't notice it either. I saw the picture.
I thought it was going to be something that, like, what in name the Intercontinental probably was meant to be for people outside of the U.S. I think that's why it's in there. It's meant to show off talent that are not American. That's how I interpreted the
I didn't catch it either by show. She said something, and I looked it up, and I'm like, that's a
very good question.
Great call by her to say that.
I think that it will eventually. No. I'm typing something in the chat. I think that eventually will happen. I just don't think right now. I think that it's because of what they're doing with New Japan. They're trying to get multiple different countries outside the U.S. right now, and they want to focus on that. But I think it will get to a point where eventually it is.
Just trying to fix something. It says it has an echo, but it says I have echo cancellation on. It could be something maybe Speedy, but yeah, possibly. I don't want to throw blame at Speedy, so it's yeah. I don't hear anything either. I don't know. So, but anyway, moving on. Let's get to it. It's going to be a quick show. Basically, we're doing Forbidden Door today.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's on Sunday, and things keep changing. I mean, we got the unfortunate news about Tomohiro Ishii now being out for the show Sunday with a knee injury. So
who's replacing him?
Clark Connors, the runner-up in the tournament.
So there is someone from. Is he American?
I don't know. Good, great question. But again,
there's your American, if he is.
But again, it goes. But I think it goes back to Roxana saying that originally nobody in the four were,
Yeah, he's American. No, she's right about that. Yes.
Yeah. So originally that was the case.
Clark Connors, I'm a big fan of. He is extremely talented. He's very, very good. I don't know if you watch New Japan Strong, but he did a phenomenal job on there when it first started. I think he's very, very talented wrestler, and I think he's going to really show up very well.
I thought the end of the show with Tanahashi and
that was weird.
It was so freaking weird. I was like,
I figured it out the next
barely
day.
knows any English.
I figured it out the next day. The reason why they did that was 100% because they didn't want him getting hurt, and they didn't want to lose anybody else.
But dude, Tanahashi was flexing in the ring with him. Like what?
I don't think they knew what else to do.
I don't think so either. Tanahashi barely speaks any English.
Maybe the other match ended early.
I'm just staring at it, watching him go, and I'm looking. I'm like, what did he do?
And they kept going to the. I forgot about them, and then they zoomed out. Like, why the fuck are they still there?
Yeah, and everybody's just fighting on the outside. Everybody's just beating the crap out of each other.
And then they zoomed in on them, and you see everybody in the audience just staring at everybody besides Moxley and Tanahashi.
Yeah, Moxie's group was only getting beat up outside the ring, Blackpool Combat Club, and he's just staring at Tanahashi flexing with him.
I think they were trying to show that they were so
it was weird.
They were so focused on each other that they didn't care about anything else. But it just some ideas you have in creative, should stay there. Sometimes they don't come off on TV the way you thought they would.
I see Tanahashi start flexing with Mox, and I'm going, what are we doing? And I'm like, this has got to get off the air. I never want to see AEW rush off the air. I'm like, this is the time. Rush off the air. Get off the air. The show's over. Done.
I'm getting sick, though. It's like every single week they're doing a gigantic fight at the end or a gigantic brawl at some point.
That's how WCW used to be at the end of Nitro. Every time. And usually it would be Sting and the NWO would fight, and they'd stop it right at 10 o'clock. And that's how it would do it. Yeah, that's how it would go. Every single time WCW would do that every week. And it would just fade after there would be a brawl in the middle of something. And it was crazy. But the official card, we'll get to what we're excited about, what we think could be sleepers, what could be a drag a little bit, but the official card match, I'll announce it quick. You have the interim AW Heavyweight Championship between Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Jon Moxley. You have the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship, Jay White, Kazuchika Okada, Adam Cole, and Hangman Page in the Fatal 4-Way. You got the AW Women's World Championship between Thunder Rosa and Toni Storm. Zack Sabre Jr. up against a mystery opponent. We'll tell you who we think that is a little bit later. AW Tag Team Champions, the Young Bucks and El Fantasma and Hikuleo will be going up against Darby Allin, Sting, Hiromu Takahashi, and Shingo Takagi. I never thought I'd see Sting in the ring with Hiromu or Shingo in my life. That's crazy. The IWGP US Championship, Will Ospreay versus Orange Cassidy. You have the 4-way inaugural Atlantic Championship match, Pac versus Miro versus Clark Connors versus Malachi Black. Eddie Kingston, Shota Umino, and Wheeler Yuta versus Chris Jericho, Sammy Guevara, Minoru Suzuki. A winner-take-all match for the ROH and the IWGP Tag Team Championships. FTR versus United Empires. Reps of Great O'Khan and Jeff Cobb versus Roppongi Vice. And then you have Swerve and Corey, Swerve Strickland and Keith Lee versus El Desperado and Yoshinobu Kanemaru. And then you have the buy-in Max Caster and the Gun Club versus the Dojos, Kevin Knight, the DKC, Alex Coughlin, and Yuya Uemura. Plus, there's also apparently there are 2 matches that are going to be announced on Rampage, likely for the buy-in. So you want to check that out for later. So yeah, I mean that's the card. I'll start.
Go for it.
Okada gave them a shiny arm.
I completely disagree with that. Looking at that card now, I think the card.
I didn't even get the finish.
Go for it. Completely disagree, though.
That's fine. You could listen. That's why we have an opinion on the show, right? That's why it's called a debate. So, to me, I thought the card was solid. I didn't think it was anything to sleep, to get ecstatic about, with all the injuries with Danielson and Punk and Omega, and we didn't know, you didn't hear Naito on the card, and then I think Okada coming on was a massive thing for them. I think it's huge for them. I think that match alone is going to get them the buyers for the show. So I think, to me, I'm very excited about this card now. I like where they're going with that Fatal 4-Way Championship match. Personally, I think that is the main event. I know Tanahashi and Moxley is the main event, but that Fatal 4-Way is the main event.
They'll end it with Moxley Tanahashi.
Well, they already said they were going to. That is the announced main event, and so we'll see. I thought Okada getting him to the show was massive. It was ginormous, huge. Very excited about it for sure. Okay, you can go now.
You told me, okay, and I don't know if you misspoke or what, but you said that Okada showing up saved the show.
Mm-hmm.
I think that is completely wrong, and that is completely an overreaction, because you're telling me that the match of Jay White, taking Okada off the card, Jay White, Adam Cole, and Hangman wouldn't have been absolutely amazing.
I think it'd be a good match, but you had Okada. I mean, Okada's a name. It is the name that New Japan. He's New Japan's face of the company.
Yes, he is. But you're telling me that match still wouldn't have been extremely good. And looking at what Adam Cole and Hangman already did, then you had a guy like Jay White. That match wouldn't have been, in its own right, absolutely amazing. That match could have stole the show. Then you have multiple other matches that in their own right could steal the show. To say that one guy showing up in one match to steal the show is outrageous. Well, especially when every other match is already going to be very, very good. The tag team IWGP all match is going to be phenomenal. That match is going to be great.
So
then you're going to have the 4-Way, which at the time had Ishii. Then you have Orange Cassidy, and if Ospreay wrestles how he used to before he put on the muscle, will be absolutely bonkers good. Like especially looking at what Orange Cassidy did with Pac and Kenny Omega. I'm sorry, but you don't like the match, but the Eddie Kingston Jericho match is the 6-man tag is gonna be really good. Seeing Minoru and Eddie Kingston go at each other, gonna beat the shit out of each other. I think every match on his card has potential to be bonkers good. And to say that one guy showing up in one of the matches saved the whole show, I think is crazy.
So what I said the show was solid. It was a very solid show.
Not what you said the other day in the text messages.
Yes.
And I have the text messages that you said that. Actually, let me see if I can read them.
Well, you're going to bring up personal conversations on here. That's fine. What I said I wasn't excited about the card. It was still a solid card, but I wasn't excited about it. Nothing to sneeze at. But you can't.
You didn't say anything more besides Okada saved it. So
yeah,
Okada saved it, which I think is outrageous to say he saved the whole card. Maybe him showing up saved the buy rate, but to say that he saved the show or the quality of the show, I think that's crazy. I don't think you could say that because every other match, I think that they're really, really good, and I completely and utterly disagree with that statement.
You could completely and utterly kiss my ass.
I will, and I will make Melissa watch.
Melissa will not be watching. She will be sleeping.
No, not the pay-per-view.
No.
Me kissing your ass.
Oh yeah, well, listen, like I said, and that's the thing. To me, I get what you're saying. Listen, you hope Kingston and to me, I don't know. I'm very hit or miss with that match. That's just my take on it. I love Eddie. We'll see. I mean, we'll see where that goes.
What is there to hit or miss about it,
What?
What is there to hit or miss about it?
Oh, with me, it's a matter of the other guys that are in it. Wheeler Yuta and
he's absolutely amazing. I don't know what you have against Wheeler Yuta.
I like Wheeler Yuta, but this is a big spot for him. He's getting a main card match on a big pay-per-view.
He showed up against Jon Moxley numerous times and did great. He's gonna do great in that match.
It's not even really about Yuta. It's more about what's his name. What's their partner's name?
Shota Umino.
Yeah.
So are you not familiar with him? Is that why?
I'm not really that familiar with him.
He's extremely good. He's Red Shoe's son.
Yeah.
He was on an excursion. I know he was on an excursion to Rev Pro. I don't know if that ended, but he is extremely, extremely, extremely talented. I'm very excited to see him.
I got to see how Ospreay Cassidy does.
It's going to be very, very good. I know you're sitting there like shaking your head, but like, look what Orange Cassidy has done with guys who are just as good as Ospreay in the ring.
It's just that I've never been the biggest fan of Cassidy. That's the thing. I'm in the minority, but I've never been the biggest fan.
But when you look at what he's done with guys who are on Ospreay's level in Omega and Pac, he's put on phenomenal matches.
I mean, of course, but are we going to give credit to him, or are we going to give more of the credit to Kenny Omega? Because Kenny Omega puts on classic.
Okay, then why are you saying it would be a bad match when you have a guy like Ospreay there? So you're saying it would be a great match.
Wait a minute. I never said it was going to be a. Hold on. I never said it was going to be a.
But you said you're not excited for the match. You don't know how
I'm
it's
just
going to be.
not excited for the match. I never said it was going to be a bad match.
But if you think it's going to be a good match, then you would be excited for it.
No, that's not true. That's not true at all.
I think the match is going to be great, and I'm excited for it.
I could be in the middle.
Like I said it before, I'm not the biggest fan of Orange Cassidy in a main event scene. I've said it numerous times on this show. But that pairing of him with Will Ospreay is going to be a very good match because you look at what Will Ospreay has done in the past. Look at what Orange Cassidy has done in the past. I think it's a very good pairing.
Hey, listen, we'll see. Like I said, I that's really honestly like the pay-per-view to me has very good matches on it. I mean, listen, the Fatal 4-Way for the IWGP match is going to be bonkers, especially now with Okada added to the mix. It's going to be nuts. I mean, that match is going to be absolutely wild. We know that. Even the main event, I think, will be very good with Tanahashi and Moxley. This is a match that Moxley's wanted for the last 5 years or whatever.
I'm not too excited for that one.
You know,
I don't know. I don't think the quality will be great.
Well, I mean, listen, like I said, so that's that. You see, it's crazy. Like we have different perspectives on the show with some matches.
You look at what Moxley did when he was in New Japan. He's been very and Tanahashi hasn't been what he was. That's why I think it's a matchup of that's just not going to mesh well. I don't know. I think Goto would have been the better matchup. Moxley has more chemistry with him. They've wrestled before and shown what they can do together. And I think Tony Khan has wanted the big name match, the headline of the show. And unfortunately, I think the in-ring match won't be what a lot of people expect.
That and Moxley's wanted this match for a very long time.
Yes.
He has requested this match for a very, very, very long time. And you know, I mean, even though I think the women's match will be very good too with Storm and Thunder Rosa. I think that's going to be a good match. It's unfortunate they couldn't get anybody from Stardom, obviously, to really make it. But listen, you get Storm and you get Rosa. It's still a good match. I think the match to me that I think could really in my eyes, steal the show is the winner-take-all match for the ROH and the IWGP Tag Team Championships with FTR,
Yes,
Jeff Cobb, and Roppongi Vice. I love Jeff Cobb. I love FTR. Roppongi Vice, I've always, but Rocky Romero, I have a ton of respect for Rocky Romero and Trent Beretta. Again, I'm not the biggest Great O'Khan fan, but we'll see what he does. I think that match is going to be a very, very good match. I also think the Young Bucks match will be interesting because you have a lot of elements in that match with Darby, Hiromu, the Young Bucks, El Phantasmo. Like, there's a lot of good, quality, high quality, talented wrestlers in that match. And of course, the big one is going to be Zack Saber's opponent. Who is it?
Sorry.
And everybody's thinking it's either going to be Cesaro or it's going to be Gargano, because Gargano is going to be in Chicago on Sunday.
I think it's too obvious that it's going to be Cesaro.
No, listen, and it absolutely...
He's a submissionist, and you listen to what Bryan Danielson said. It's not going to be a guy like Gargano because he does not wrestle that style. He's completely different. I don't think he's going to match up against Zack Sabre in that style. I think it's very much Cesaro, 100%. And I think everyone who only knows him as Cesaro is going to be shocked to see what he can do without the crutches of WWE.
And he was very good as Cesaro, though. That was the crazy thing.
He did do a good job.
He was uber. I mean, his match with Seth Rollins at WrestleMania was one of the best Mania matches. It was a year ago. So, like I said, Gargano's also a submission wrestler. I don't think it's going to be him. It is going to be interesting because I know Regal is very, very, very close with Gargano. So we'll see where it goes. I do think it's going to end up being Cesaro. That's where they end up going with this. Listen, I think the show is going to be very good. I was a little worried in the beginning. First off, kudos to Excalibur for reading off that card the other night. I thought the guy was going to have a major meltdown reading that thing.
He does so good with that, though.
It's crazy. You can do it. Him talking that fast is like typing with Mavis Beacon in 500 words in 30 seconds. Can you type those words?
We have an echo again.
What happened?
We have an echo again.
Nah, it's not on my mic. So I don't know. But to me, it's a matter of I know Tony Khan said today he's working already on Forbidden Door 2, which is crazy. I'm like, let's get through Forbidden Door 1 first. Kenny Omega took a mini shot at Will Ospreay, which was interesting. So it's they asked Kenny Omega. I don't even hear it. They asked Kenny Omega, what are your thoughts on Will Ospreay and stuff like that? And he's like, I think he said, he's had his 5-star matches that people forget about, and everything like that. So to me, it's interesting that he took that kind of a shot, but whatever the reason for that, and even Omega said, yeah, I probably shouldn't have said that, which was like, he's probably right. He probably shouldn't have said that. That Ospreay has 5-star matches that people forget about. It's probably not the best idea, and he knew he messed up after. Okay, so and even Ross Sapp called him out on it. He said, that's going to be the headline out of this interview, right? And Omega's like, oh, and then Omega was like, he was like stuttering because he didn't know what to say. He was like, oh, crap. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have said that. Because now what it's going to do is it's going to start issues. Lau, you're muted.
I was saying, to be fair, and you responded, Lyle, you are muted.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is a 5-star match from Will Ospreay that you remember?
Obviously, any match with Okada, but it's Okada, right? Like it's. Oh, he had the 5-star with Shingo.
Okay,
Yeah,
that was
what?
That was
It was the G1. It was either G1 or the Super Juniors Cup.
Definitely not Super Juniors.
For some reason, they thought Shingo was a junior at one point. I didn't understand that. But even still, though, like, I don't know. Did Kenny have to go there?
They got 6 stars.
Oh, that's better. That's better than 5 stars. Oh, no. I mean, that's better than 5.
Okay, so there's one. Now, what's the last 5-star match from Kenny Omega you remember?
You could probably say you. I mean, if you want to say it was the Hangman one.
Oh yeah, that's the last one he wrestled. But
at all out.
That is it.
Yeah, but I mean, you understand the point that I'm trying to say is that why is Kenny taking shots at Ospreay though?
He's always been doing it. This isn't new. He's been doing it to him and Jay White for a while.
But why?
He's been coming at them because he left them the throne for foreign talent, and essentially he's saying they dropped the ball.
Why not Kenny and Ospreay wrestle then? I'll make a 5-star. I'll make a 6-star match.
Well, Kenny Omega's kind of
Well, no.
Actually, imagine if he did.
Not now, obviously not now, but
why not?
Hey, listen, Forbidden Door 2 when he's healthy.
Why would he say in his interview that he is going to be there? Why would he say in his interview that he is going to be there? When Bryan Danielson said there's only one man he trusts. What about the man that had a draw with him?
So are you saying that Kenny Omega is going to be the guy that joins Blackpool?
No, I don't think that. But
Okay,
it would make sense based off of what Danielson said.
I was going to say that would be really
it would make sense.
I mean, that would be out of left field. I mean, that's like.
By the way, I loved that promo, and then he goes, I came out of the heel tunnel. You really think I'm going to tell you?"
Yeah, really. He's not wrong.
Amazing.
And I will say this: your theory of Kenny Omega joining Blackpool Combat Club is like Tony Khan on speed. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if that's gonna
one night only.
You know, that would be something if that happened. That
Johnny Gargano is definitely not going to be in it. If anyone from the Gargano family is going to be in a group about blood, it's going to be Candice LeRae. Because imagine if she's in that. And then you have Tay in it. Tay, and you have Candice LeRae.
You just want everybody to rhyme.
But no, imagine if Candice LeRae is in that match.
No.
The Blood and Guts?
No, she's not in.
Look what she did with the Young Bucks and beep.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
I'm not saying his fucking name.
I was gonna say. But the point being is this: the show's going to be very good on Sunday. I'm extremely excited for Blood and Guts. Like that's the one where I'm like,
I really know 2 people that are going to be in the match on the 4. Never mind, because you're going to have Proud and Powerful. So then whoever this person is going to be coming in.
Who's it? It's Proud and Powerful.
Eddie Kingston, Moxley.
So it's going to be a 5th person. So it's 5.
No. It's Moxley, Yuta, Kingston, Ortiz, and then a 5th person. Not even Proud and Powerful.
No, Santana's in the match.
So maybe it is that 5 with Yuta.
Because he came out Wednesday to help out.
Maybe it is that 5, but
it's definitely going to be the 5-on-5. Yeah. Who's the 5 that's going to be in the Jericho? So obviously Jericho, Hager, Guevara, and then you're going to decide between Like,
it'll be Sammy, Jericho, Hager.
Yep.
And
she is
and then Garcia. Actually, no. I think I gotta put the tag team.
Or do you do the 6-on-6 and put Yuta in the match, and then have everybody?
Did WCW ever do a 6-on-6 War Games?
I don't know about that, but I mean, if you got to fit everybody in the Jericho Appreciation Society, don't you? Like, that's the thing. You got to fit all 6 of them in there. You can't take you can't have 2.0 have one of them in there, one of them not, and you're not going to have 2.0 in there and not have Daniel Garcia in there. That would be ridiculous. So
they did a 10-man War Games match.
Yeah, it's got to be a 6-on-6 though, because you can't. This was the only thing with Guevara joining Jericho Appreciation Society. It's like it's getting like crowded.
Yeah.
I liked it the way it was. I liked it with Garcia and 2.0. You were building those guys.
I agree.
Hager is such a freaking waste. Man, he is such a freaking waste.
Because now the group is literally in a circle. But
he's such a waste of, like, Eddie and I were talking about it in Vegas. He is such a waste of space. Period. He doesn't do anything. What does he do? He doesn't talk. He's not a great wrestler. What does he do? He doesn't do anything. It's you're gonna have to do 6-on-6.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, you don't have a choice because what are you gonna do? You can't take Garcia out of the match, and also if you notice, now in Jericho's matches, all of a sudden 2.0 and Garcia don't come out with him anymore. Now it's always Sammy comes out with him. That
maybe one's injured.
I don't know, but
from the Anarchy match,
they all came out and wrestled on Wednesday. At the end of the show, they were all fighting.
They're fighting. They
were all fighting.
Really, not much you have to do about that.
No, but even still, though, it's you had 2.0 and Garcia. Really, you're building them. And now it's like Guevara's taking the control of the reins of the attention away. And I don't like that. I rather them have kept building with Garcia and 2.0. This was my concern. But anyway, let's get to our finishing move, Lyle.
So it's tough because Josh goes first.
Okay. My finishing move is Kazuchika Okada is going to save the pay-per-view. No, but I'm glad he's in it because you have the face of New Japan Pro Wrestling and arguably the best wrestler on the planet at a show where you almost didn't have him, Omega, Punk, Danielson, Ishii. Just goes on and on and on and on, and things are changing on the fly. It would have been very, 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 very difficult to pull this off. We'll see if it pulls off. I think Okada is 100% going to help the buys, like Lyle said. That's a big thing. I also wish the AEW fans had more of a reaction when Okada came out.
They did. They had a very good reaction.
Did they? It kind of looked like piped-in noise. Some of them didn't even have a reaction when I saw the fan.
The show was pretty crowd was pretty loud all night.
I don't know. Some of them look confused by what it was, which is weird. I mean, I don't know. But to me, I think the show will be very good. We'll see. Time will tell. And then we get to Blood and Guts on Wednesday. Go for it, Lyle.
I want to say, back when they signed Danielson and Adam Cole, there was a thing going on with wrestling fans on Twitter and everything when they were saying that they have a very bloated roster, that too many guys. And now looking back, it's a good thing they did that. It's a really good thing that they had a bigger roster, because this right now is why they do that. They have such a deep roster that you could still have this quality of a show on. And I can't wait for the show this weekend.
Well, that is it for our show, ladies and gentlemen. Tune in every Friday at between 5:30 and 6 o'clock. Every single Friday right here on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network and bodyslam.net. Of course, to listen to us every Friday, you can check us out. You can check us out every single Friday. It's free. Of course, with other programs as well. If you have an iPhone, you go to the Apple Store. You hear WWSRN. You can download it. Just type in WWSRN. Android, go to the Google Play Store. Type in Worldwide Sports. We're on worldwidesportsradio.com as well as bodyslam.net. Check their website out and their page and all that. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Periscope, Twitch, and more. So, for Speedy Petey, for Lyle Gillen, I'm Josh Silberg. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy Forbidden Door on Sunday. Have a great rest of your weekend. Enjoy it, and we will recap that and Blood and Guts next Friday. Take care, everybody. Have a good one. Kenny Omega, take it away.
I must bid you adieu, so say with me now if you know it. Goodbye, and good night.
Thank you for listening to Off the Mat on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network, your source for all things wrestling and sports entertainment. You're listening to the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No?